kind of rebranded and relaunched SOchat to just give it more inclusivity, and we want to talk about so much more over the forthcoming kind of years. Where do you feel, and why do you think, or do you think that shared ownership is an important part of the mix of what we're offering as providers?
So I think shared ownership is an important part of the mix because in our housing system across the UK, we know that about 2/3 of households can afford to buy a home. We need to understand what the solution is for the remaining third of households that live in the UK. Not everybody will get into social rented or affordable, and actually that's not appropriate for anybody. So we need a range of products across the spectrum, and shared ownership plays an important role for people on lower to middle incomes, and often giving them that first opportunity to move into a home of their own, from which we know you build your life from your home when you build your housing career from your first home.
I think it's a really important part of the mix, and you hear stories about people who say it's the only way that they could possibly have got a foot on the ladder. You know, I've just been listening to the minister's talk, and he's talking about different products within the housing market to make it function well. I mean, my Twitter handle is social housing. I'm a real proponent of social rented housing, but it's one element that helps support a well-functioning housing market. And shared ownership is a really important product within that, to help people who are aspiring to home ownership, to help them get a foot on the ladder and to purchase a property at a time and a pace that suits them.
Exactly, and I think it is about that, isn't it? It's not one or the other, it's
Absolutely.
a mixture of everything together.
Yeah.
I think now really is genuinely the time. For so long, Help to Buy has now overshadowed shared ownership in many ways, but the reality is that's now coming to an end. Shared ownership is the only real buying option first-time buyers, other people who can't access the housing ladder are going to have going forward, and now is the real time to shout that out.
Yeah, we're seeing with the cost of living increases and inflation and pressure on interest rates, it's only going to become more critical that we are out there banging the drum about shared ownership product, what it can offer, and how accessible it is. And I think there's been a lot of work, and we've had the new shared ownership lease coming along, which is addressing some of those old sort of issues that were always thrown at us that were considered to be the flaws of shared ownership. And I think that new shared ownership lease and some of those tweaks that will make it even more attractive to people who are feeling all that bit more squeezed and want a really viable alternative that's going to suit their housing needs.